And I need shown in the middle of the
Yeah, video?
Yes.
Right there.
So, finally, we're doing this, and we're doing it less formally, but I think in a good Canadian style. I got to know Joanna, and I'm going to tell her that right now, through the association of trying to fight for democracy, and particularly with Belarus. And you came to see me a number of times, making a compelling case that Canada should be involved. I was very much talking about democracy in Belarus, and that we needed to work in different ways. So I think that you came in to challenge me, I in turn challenged you, and from that I hope a friendship has grown. You know, we've just gone through the 60th year of Her Majesty's reign as Queen of Canada. And part of the celebrations in the past for the Queen have been to give her a gift. And this time, what the government in consultation with the Governor General, in consultation with the Queen, was to honor Canadians. Canadians who have probably served as honorably as she has. And you know, 60 years on the throne is a long time. And I've even forgotten the number of visits she's made to Canada, the number of times that she has attended events. So she's done her job professionally and privately as a committed Queen of Canada. And so I was pleased to get the opportunity to honor Canadians. And something that the Prime Minister said stuck with me. He said, go out and find Canadians who aren't often honored, but who work consistently to make their country better, to make the world better, and that aren't often honored. So reach out and don't go to the usual people that you think of. And that's usually presidents of organizations that are very visible in Canada. As you know, I'm part of the Ukrainian community. It's very visible in Canada. And the democracy in Ukraine and its progress is very important to Canadians, but so is Belarus. So, and we share, as I have said before, that area of Eastern Europe that I think is very important strategically for the world and particularly for Canada. So I'm very pleased that this government has put an emphasis on attempting to use whatever levers we can, those that they exist. My voice is going, it's so hot in here. Yeah, I've gone from over air conditioned to that. All of you are friends, so you know that Joanna was born in Belarus, I won't say what year, but raised in France, received a degree in modern languages from the Sorbonne, and married in 1959, lived in Spain, Denmark, worked as a journalist and a teacher at the French Institute, and in 1969, to our benefit, immigrated to Canada. You held various positions with the Federal Translation Bureau in Ottawa until your retirement recently, shall I say. Throughout your time in Canada, you and your husband were active in the Belarusian community here in Canada. You were elected president of the Belarusian Institute of Arts and Sciences in Canada in 1974. In 1984, you were elected to the board of Canadian Ethnocultural Council, representing 34 of our associations across Canada. Following the Chernobyl disaster in 1986, Joanna began to lobby in favor of humanitarian aid to the victims of Chernobyl in Belarus. And I think that's one of the commendable issues. Too many of us knew about the incident and it got isolated, but the spillover effect was in Ukraine as well as in Belarus, and we needed that attention and needed to continue. In 1989, you co-founded the Canadian Relief Fund for Chernobyl victims in Belarus, and its main purpose was to provide medical aid, as I understand, to hospitals in Belarus and to bring young victims here to Canada for enjoying some of our healthier environment. And I noticed it was in the summer, not the winter, so that's, especially the winter we've had this year. In 1997, and I think this was important, You were elected president of the Rada, the Belarusian Democratic Republic in exile. And in that capacity, I know the work that you've been attempting to do, and particularly to attempt to bring some democratic processes to Belarus. We haven't been successful, but we have planted seeds, and I think with your efforts, we will someday, someday soon, I hope, see a more democratic process in Belarus. You were re-elected for your third term as president just in April, and I'm delighted that you were able to do so, and I'm delighted that you're Canadian. I think when we work on international affairs, it says that we want a standard and a value system for Canadians, but we want to share it around the world, because after all, they're international standards. They're standards of human dignity. So I think you represent the best of the Belarus community in Canada. And I trust that those here know more about you and more about why you're so deserving of this award. So I'm very pleased that the Governor General accepted my nomination. And here oh, thank you. I can never get it out of the box, and then my next job is to do the formal presentation. Now, I don't know if I will put it next to the awards that you have, so that they tell me if it's straight. I'm getting better at this. How's that?
Thank you so much.
This is the certificate that you can place somewhere.
Thank you so much.
And I didn't hear any applause.
There was some a moment ago. Second round.
Okay, second round.
And now we can take pictures.
Thank you. It was just, I am very honored, extremely honored to receive a Canadian medal as a Canadian. And it's so important to me, not so much because of myself, but because of the fact that the light is upon Belarus when I'm
Yes.
with this model, and that's a medal, and it's my goal and my everyday's work to attract attention on Belarus, its plight, and find friends for Belarus. So I'm really very happy. Thank you so much.
You know you have some friends, and I hope that this honor, as you say, is a personal honor, and to all people who live here who aspire for something better for Belarus.
Thank you
So
so
it's
much.
not just the Belarus community, it's all Canadians. Okay?
So if you'd like to join them, I can take photos of the entire group when you're ready.